Abraham's days drew to a close, and the mantle of covenant passed to his son Isaac. In Rebekah's womb, two nations strove for supremacy. When the time came, Rebekah bore a pair of lads. The first was red-haired and bristly. They named him Esau. His brother Jacob followed, his grip firm on Esau's heel, so they called him Jacob, meaning heel grabber or supplanter. From infancy, their natures diverged sharply. Esau grew a skilled hunter, roaming the fields with a fierce independence. Jacob preferred the tents, tending flocks and studying his father's household. One day, weary and famished from the hunt, Esau returned to Jacob at the tent door. Jacob stirred a pot of stew. The rich aroma beckoned. "Feed me with that red pottage," Esau pleaded, "for I am faint." Jacob seized the moment. "Swear that you will sell me your birthright," he responded. Esau, driven by hunger, despised his birthright and scoffed at its value. He swore an oath and sold it for a single bowl of lentil stew. Thus, Jacob secured the firstborn's unique blessing and privileges. A famine struck the land, driving Isaac to Gerar, home of King Abimelech. There he claimed Rebekah was his sister, fearing for his life. The king, deceived, welcomed Isaac, who prospered greatly. His flocks and herds multiplied, raising envy among the Philistine herdsmen. Abimelech, cautious of Isaac's growing power, demanded he leave. Yet, before departing, Isaac dug new wells. Sheba and Rehoboth, which testified to God's blessing. Isaac, aged and blind, summoned Esau to prepare savory venison for a final blessing. Rebekah, overhearing, conspired with Jacob to secure the promise. She dressed Jacob in Esau's garments and covered his hands and neck with goat skins to mimic his brother's hairy skin. Isaac, suspicious, questioned the voice, yet the feel and smell convinced him. He pronounced the blessing of plentiful grain, due blessed fields, dominion over brothers, and reliance on the nations. In that moment, Jacob took the irrevocable blessing meant for Esau. When Esau returned with his venison, the deceit came to light. Esau's anguished cry echoed through the tent, "Bless me, even me also, O my father." But Isaac could not undo the words once spoken. Esau vowed to slay his brother. Rebekah urged Jacob to flee to her brother Laban in Haran until the danger passed. Jacob set out at his mother's bidding, bound for Haran. At sundown, he halted and used a stone for his pillow. In sleep, a ladder reached from earth to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. Above stood the Lord, reiterating the Abrahamic covenant, the land for his seed. Multiplied beyond count, an assurance of God's presence wherever Jacob traveled. Jacob, awakened, awestruck, anointed the stone, and vowed that if God remained with him and returned him in safety, his place Bethel would be God's house. Reaching Laban's well, Jacob discovered shepherds and a great stone covering the well's mouth. Rachel appeared, leading her father's sheep, and greeted Jacob with a kiss. At this meeting of cousin and kinsmen, Jacob wept aloud and told of his journey. Days passed before Laban embraced his nephew. Jacob agreed to serve for 7 years in exchange for Rachel's hand. The years seemed but days for Jacob, so deep was his love. At the end of the 7 years, Jacob prepared the wedding feast. But Laban, beneath gifts and feasts, concealed his elder daughter Leah by night. Jacob awoke to Leah's quiet form. Come morning, he confronted Laban. It is not so done in our country. To give the younger before the firstborn, Laban replied. Jacob agreed to serve another 7 years for Rachel. Thus, Leah was given first, and Rachel last, a beloved one. His beautiful eyes and gentle strength captivated Jacob's heart. God saw Leah was unloved and opened her womb. She bore Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah in succession, each naming, reflecting her desire for love. Karen, barren and distressed, envied her sister. Rachel gave Jacob her handmaid Bilhah, who bore Dan and Naphtali. Leah likewise gave Zilpah, birthing Gad and Asher. Part 9. The blessing of mandrakes and divine increase, Leah's son, Judah, comforted his mother richly. One day he found mandrakes in the field. Rachel, longing for children, bargained with Leah for the mandrakes in exchange for a night with Jacob. Leah conceived again and bore Issachar and Zebulun and a daughter, Dinah. At last, God remembered Rachel's barrenness. In mercy, he opened her womb, and she bore Joseph, Jacob's treasured son. His birth roused both rejoicing and rivalry among his brothers. Meanwhile, Jacob's flocks and herds thrived. Displeased, Laban sought to change Jacob's wages repeatedly. Jacob, shrewdly guided by God, fashioned spotted and speckled rods before the flocks at mating season, ensuring the strongest and speckled offspring passed to him. Thus, Jacob's wealth multiplied beyond measure, flocks, servants, camels, and camels young far, outstripping Laban's portion. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you. God bless.